footballers are the most skilled sports people?
Most likely, yes. I go with somewhat agree.
I would say, no, Strongly's mad.
My reasons being, you boys know I'm a new fan of F1 and I absolutely love the sport. My mum can kick a ball. Obviously not to the level that David Beckham
So
can kick a ball.
we're talking professional football players?
Yeah. My mum can't kick a ball to the level that David Beckham can.
I hope
but
your
she
mom can drive a
definitely
car,
kick it.
because
My
mine
mum
can.
can't get in an F1 car and hold 8 G-force on the net at 200 miles an
Yeah,
hour.
but she also
It's not
can't kick a
happening,
free
bro.
kick.
So what would
to
you
save
say
her life.
then is the most complex sport to learn?
Potentially UFC. Think about it, when you're fighting, you have to think about the punching.
Everyone
you have to think
who's
about the
never
elbows,
actually
the
done
knees,
combat
then you
sports
also have to
always
think about
thinks
ground
like this.
defense. You have to think about how to avoid getting dropped on the floor. Then you've got locks that you have to now get out of locks. It's like so much. I feel like
happening one
with
time.
UFC,
Wait until he
you're
learns
learning
the
every
complexities
single
of
day
soccer.
more and more and more and more about the sport.
And the
Whereas
fact
I think
that
with
team
football,
sports are
once you kind of
inherently more
peak,
complex
you're
than
not
individual
learning
sports.
more about your football ability, but it's more about what you can add.
Why am I not surprised that these British influencers have the same exact type of takes as the American anti-soccer people when it comes to why they think other sports are harder than soccer? It's always weird sports that just objectively aren't. F1 drivers are obviously very, very skillful, but comparing driving a car to playing a team sport, which you actually have to physically propel yourself, not just absorb the G-forces from driving, is absolutely absurd. I mean, yes, your mom can kick a ball, but your mom can also drive a car or a golf cart or something else. That's the equivalent standard. And she can probably do that at a higher level than she can actually kick a ball. And as far as the UFC fighters go, I'm not sure why people think it's so complex that they can punch, they can kick, they can knee, they can elbow, they grapple, and all this stuff. But then they don't just factor in the very obvious thing. Soccer players have to be able to control the ball with their feet in various different ways, their thighs, their chest, their shoulders, their head, and many other things. Not to mention you have the complexity of the sport being a team sport. You have to be able to interact with 10 other teammates versus 11 opposing players, to where UFC is a 1v1 sport. You only have to concentrate on one other guy during the fight, which makes it a much more simple sport overall. Now, here's the thing. There is an argument to say that soccer is not the hardest sport or the most complex sport to play, but at the end of the day, soccer has to be in that conversation. And it's miles ahead of either F1 or UFC. And the two sports that Americans always bring up, golf and baseball, are below both F1 and UFC, which is absolutely ridiculous. But come on, British influencers. I know you don't know ball, but you claim to know ball, and you end up showing yourselves as ignorant, if not more ignorant, than the Americans that you make fun of.